Adrian Nordzai, Senior Product Manager on H1Z1 King of the Kill.
You guys showing here at Gamescom with H1Z1.
So we're showing the combat update, which is on the test server right now. It's a complete rebalance of all the weapons in the game, as well as an enormous amount of quality of life changes that we think take the game much further into the fast-paced, action-packed type of battle royale game that we're trying to build.
You guys talk about how you work with your community in balancing and patching the game, such as this combat update.
Yeah, so right about 3 months before we actually even debuted this update to the open beta stage, we had a bunch of our influencers, professional players come out and give us a lot of the feedback, help us get the update to where we really wanted it to be. They gave us an enormous amount of feedback. Early access has been extremely valuable in helping us to work with the community so we can deliver awesome updates to players every 6 weeks.
So what's it like seeing this combat update here on the show floor and in your booths and stuff, and having people playing it and seeing the new weapon balance for the first time?
It's been really, really exciting. There's been a lot of people that haven't played the game in a year or more, and to come back and have them play the game once more and see all the changes and see how far it's come, it's really incredible to see the reactions. Everyone's been really excited.
Why is it so important, especially for a game like H1Z1, to have equal weapon balance across the board for all their weapons?
A balance is incredibly important in any competitive shooter, especially for a game that's trying to be an esport. We're very focused on making sure that we're building a competitive environment, making sure that there's a weapon for every single combat scenario, every single role. It's extremely important for us to make sure that the game is constantly evolving, the meta is always changing, so that strategies never get stale.
You guys talk about, aside from your community, how you guys use data to determine, what weapons are too powerful, what weapons are not powerful.
Yeah, data is very much a big part of it. That's what I spend a lot of my time doing, is looking at the data, finding out what kills are happening with what weapons, at what time during the match, at what distances. It's extremely important for balancing the game. There's obviously a lot of qualitative feedback that goes into it as well. We scour the Reddit, we solicit a lot of feedback from players on Twitter, but ultimately the data is how we kind of adjust and get to where we want to go.
What do you think it is about these open world, kind of shooters that are becoming so rapidly popular these last couple of years?
There's an element of a sandbox gameplay that comes into these games. It's very freeing. You've been playing games like Call of Duty where there's, it's 8v8, it's a smaller map, there's 3-lane gameplay, and the Battle Royale genre just introduces something that's completely different than anybody's been playing for the last several years. It's a complete change in the market, and it's giving players a lot more freedom to do the things that they want to do in a shooter.
So are you guys going to bring back zombies in any capacity in the game? Because it did have zombies in it at one point, I think.
Never say never, but we don't have any plans to do that right now.
So can you talk about any future implications to the game that players can look forward to?
Yeah, so we're going to continue to add new content. We don't have anything to announce besides the combat update right now, which is a gigantic meta shift. But aside from that, there's lots of stuff that's on the horizon that we're very excited to talk about once we get closer to release.
Can you talk about the process of balancing like a specific weapon or game mechanic, starting from a complaint on a forum to final patching it in the game?
Yeah, so a lot of it comes from people are complaining about this, the data's showing that there's something that's not quite right. We go back to the design team and we ask, is this weapon accomplishing the goal that we wanted to do? Is it dealing the damage we needed to at certain ranges? Is it filling a position that exists in the game, and is it doing what ultimately we want it to or we expect it to? After that, it's a lot of internal testing, a lot of play tests. We have company-wide play tests almost every single day to kind of get these big updates out and make sure that everything that we're thinking about and we're trying to deliver on is being accomplished.
Do you have a favorite weapon to use in the game, and why?
It's changing every day, but right now my favorite is the Hellfire 4.6, which is the brand new SMG that we're introducing with the combat update.
Can you talk about the importance of sound in a battle royale game such as H1Z1?
Yeah, it's extremely important. Positional advantage is really big in these types of games, understanding where you are, where your opponents are, how you can position that. Sound is absolutely critical. We've done a lot of work to make sure that you're very aware of where shots are coming from, both with tracers and with sound. We've been redoing a lot of the sound internally, and we hope to debut some new weapon sounds very soon.
When will the patch be updated?
So we're hoping for next week or early September.